concentrating, not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter, and they've got it here with a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Second down, Winston. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Charles Sims. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. And his kick is right through. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. William Golston in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Charles the low setback. Throwing is Smith. They complete it to Hill.
Brandon, another catch for Tyreek Hill. How do you defend him? Because kickoff return, punt return, catching the ball, whether it's a receiver out of the backfield, and, of course, you can run it with him, too.
Well, let me give you some numbers from last year. To your point, 12 total touchdowns, 6 of them receiving, 3 rushing, and 3 in the return game.
If you're an offensive coordinator and you can't diagram plays for this guy, turn in your clipboard.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They are going for it. It's Smith. He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Chris Conley, 69 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the ball switches back over to Tampa Bay, and as they get set in place on offense, Charles, talk about the running game and the O-line, where they stack up going in next year, because Doug Martin was only active for 8 games this last season. Rushing total dropped down to 400 yards, basically.
Yeah, they were fortunate they picked up Jaquiz Rodgers during the year, and he gave them some nice games throughout, but I start with the offensive line. They've got some good building blocks. Left tackle Donovan Smith, guard Ali Marpet. Great places to begin. I think they'll continue to try and fortify that offensive line because that will help whoever becomes their primary ball carrier.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. First down, Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Now they run with Sims. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Over the middle to Evans. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down. To play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man. And he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though. But I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
Toss play to Sims. And he goes back. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And a long way to go for the offense here on second down.
Let's go now.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Aguayo able to knock it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
On 1st and 10, Smith. He's got time. He's going to look deep down the field. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Now Jameis on second down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Now Winston throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
So now it's 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. Here's Winston. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. Now 4th down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Now Smith, airing one out from Macklin, deep downfield. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Spencer Ware, the intended target, and that brings up 4th down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. Kelsey out in the slot right. They're going to go for it. It's Smith. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football that will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
It's a pickup of 19, and it's good enough for a Tampa Bay first. A first down throw for Winston. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation...
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air. And then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
After the interception, here's Smith. Going underneath for Charles. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. On second down, Jamal Charles. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now a first down throw. It's Smith.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
23 yards on the play. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Kelsey out in the slot right. On first down, it's Smith. A dump off for Charles. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And now they're in the hurry-up.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably doing play action since you ran it twice.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Spencer Ware, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the 4th. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And on 2nd and 10 now. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Throwing again. Winston on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Whenever I see an in route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. He's got Evans. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. On 1st and 10, Winston. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
A second down throw for Winston. Evans has it left side. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Winston now to throw on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of different for driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? 'Cause that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
Jameis again. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in the running back.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Charles Sims, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the fourth. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not in the major.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Robert Ayers. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Kelsey out in the slot right. On second down, here's Smith. And he fires one incomplete. And if the defense can hold here, this ball game is over.
And they're thinking more than just holding. They're thinking about a takeaway to finish things off.
He's back to throw. And Conley's got it over the middle. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree.
And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Winston here to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. He'll look to throw. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And quickly they get to the line. Back to throw. It's Hill, complete. And some room to work. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 74 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the 4th. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute it.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Right side caught by Jackson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. He's back to throw. Over the middle to Evans. They get 25 yards out of that one. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st down.
One of the selling points of the in route is against the quarterback.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. One receiver to the left is Evans. Winston. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench,
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans finding the end zone on the game's final play. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the 4th. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Crack it on Monday morning, coffee strong, pouring everything you got into a paycheck Friday night. You're a power stroke diesel backhoe riding king.